Hello everyone, welcome to Literature Learning, the Garden of Wisdom. This is Ibrahim Nami, and let me begin with a prayer. My Lord, open my heart, ease my task, and remove the impediment from my tongue. I am here with a poem, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost, where the poet artistically underpins the philosophy of two dominant emotions of human beings, and these are desires and hatred. The profound idea that is conveyed in the poem is the world will come to an end in either of two ways, either ice or fire. Robert Frost has put forward the opinions of two groups of people, where one group has an opinion that the world will come to an end because of extreme heat, and the other group says that the world will come to an end because of extreme cold. And Robert Frost himself in the first stanza says that he has the similar view as the first group of people, that the world will come to an end because of extreme heat. Let me recite the poem first, and it will be easy for you to understand it. The poem begins or goes like this. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. These two stanzas of the poem, where in the first stanza the poet said that he has the same viewpoint as those people or the group of people who predict that the world will come to an end because of fire. Fire means because when the earth's core will be heated up, it will be destroyed completely. But the more important thing here is, through this poem, as I mentioned earlier as well, that the poet has artistically underpinned the philosophy of the two major or prominent emotions of humans. These are desires and hatred. And symbolically, he has connected the desires with fire and hatred with ice. I read in a verse that said that the mutual rivalry for piling up things of value, things of importance, or material things has taken man to the grave and diverted the mind of men from more serious things to materialism. Desires never come to an end. And Robert Frost says it, and we must agree with his viewpoint, that desires are natural, but if it is uncontrolled, of course it would be ruinous. What are we doing in this world? Aren't we aware of the fact that man is mortal? We are mortal. We don't have to live in this world forever. Our life is limited, uncertain, but still people or humans are oblivion of this fact and they are running after money to fulfill their desires. And that is why it is called fiery desires. As fire has a tendency to spread, desires too have the same tendency to spread. When you get one thing, you want for another. The more you get, the more you want. An indirect message from the poet is that we must control our desires. And the message that we get from the poem is that these two emotions, desires and hatred, rule over humans and finally become the reason of ruin. But in the second stanza, by not waving off the option of fire, the poet imagines or has a supposition that if the world has to end twice, ice is equally competent and it has the capability to destroy the world. A beautiful contrast or comparison between ice and hatred. An emotion of hatred is the reason of inner destruction of human being. When a man becomes insensitive, emotionless, he does not have empathy. He does not have, selflessness. Of course, it will be the reason of the inner destruction, though slow and steady, but finally it will destroy a human being. And in the same way, if there is extreme cold on this earth, this also has the same capability to destroy the world, the same catastrophic effect as the fire or heat has. So, at the end of the poem, once again I repeat the message that by reading all these poems which are there prescribed in your syllabus, my dear children, do not read them to get better scores or to learn the literary aspects of the poem only. We must learn the message of the poem. If you have desires, it's all right, natural. But be vigilant. Is it under control or unbridled, uncontrolled? Control your desires. Limit your desires. Being ambitious is good. But if you become ambitious for the worldly affairs only, for hoarding or piling up the goods of, for goods only, and forgetting your spirit, it will be absolutely ruinous. And as far as hatred is concerned, don't give space to hatred. Love everyone. Love and be loved. With this message that the emotions, particularly these two emotions, desire and hatred, should not rule over us, which may become the cause of the destruction of our life, I end it here only, with the hope that you must have understood the poem well. And I want you all to please mention your questions or queries in the comment box, and you'll be getting your answers. And in the next part of this poem, I'll be discussing with you the literary aspects, the figures of speech used in the poem. Till then, keep in touch. Thank you so much. God bless you.